All right, there's a lot of prep work in stairs. So basically, like I showed you in the other video, on the back side of that, in that gap right there, under the drywall, under this piece, there's a 2x4. And that 2x4 is put in there to make the spacer so that we can slide the skirt board in. Here's the problem. So while the stringer's on the sawhorse, most guys take the long 2x4, of course, not this one, and they just add it down the bottom and they nail it while it's on the sawhorse. And then they bring the stringer in and they stick it up against the wall and is attached to the top and attached to the bottom, but that makes the entire run free span. I'm not saying that in this instance it was something that should have been done by the rough framers. Rough framers are rough framers. The trim framer comes in and it's his job to make sure that this thing stays put and doesn't squeak. And if it's a single span, 13 feet long, over time it's going to start squeaking things with skirt board attached to the wall, all the steps not attached to the wall. They're going to start sagging and whatnot. They're going to make a squeak in this area right here. Again, like I said before, we use the trim nails. All this will get shimmed. At least every other one will get shimmed down in this gap right here. And then we'll use a trim headed screw to attach the skirt board to the stringer. That stops this from moving and that not moving. We're going to make sure that don't move. So what we've done, we come back in with these screws. As you can see, these screws are long. I think they're 5-inch. This is 1.5. The 2x4 behind it is 1.5. That's 3. So find our studs on the wall. We go down, and sometimes we're wrong. Two empty holes there didn't get meat, and we attach these screws every so far. So one there, one here, one right here below my feet, one down there on the bottom, which you can see. So we're actually attaching this stringer to the wall. And with these long construction screws, it's not going to move after that. So 10 years from now, this stringer will still be attached to the wall. It's not going to sag. Everything, we're making it one unit is what we're doing. By attaching the stringer to the wall, the skirt to the stringer, the kick plates to the stringer, the treads to the stringer, everything's glued. So it takes a few minutes. It takes a few minutes to do this. All these screws combined, wedges, everything, it's going to add an hour to the job, and that hour is well spent because 10 years from now it will not be squeaking. When I got to go back and fix squeaks in stairs, I got to come and tear the drywall out to get up in there to attack on the ceiling and the wall, because I got to find the studs. Well, usually use stud finder to find studs, but imagine the drywall being torn out, 1 foot on each side of just so that you can do what should have been done in the beginning. Yep, you need to think about the end. In the beginning, we're attaching screws, we're attaching everything. Everything's gonna be solid. When we're done, it's gonna be like it'll be one piece unit attached to the walls, no squeaks, forever. One can hope. There can always be failures, but if it was addressed in the beginning and everything, 15 years from now, if these steps squeak, I can look somebody straight in the eye and tell them I'd done everything I could think of to avoid squeaks, and it is what it is.